Hello everyone and welcome back, hope you're well. So guys, let's check out this watch from Casio in this video today. The reference number is EFR S108D. In my opinion, this is the true Casio so far, but I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Once again, before we start with the video, if you like this channel and like my reviews, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, leave a comment and help in keeping this channel alive on YouTube. Alright guys, kicking it off with the dimensions that I measured on this watch. I measured the case in two different ways. I measured the bezel itself, which pretty much forms most of the case anyway, and that came in at 37.5 millimeters. Then I measured the case from this part, which kind of sticks out as you can see, to the crown guards, and that came in at 39.8 millimeters. Doesn't matter how you see or how you consider the case size. I think this watch wears really nicely, and most resizers will be able to carry this watch without having any major issues. Measured the lug-to-lug distance in two different ways as well, because this watch comes with fixed end links. So I measured the end link to end link distance, which came in at 50 millimeters, but don't get discouraged by that measurement because the lug-to-lug distance only came in at 44.8 millimeters on this one. So again, really manageable, especially when those lugs do bend down a fair bit, as you can see, and that will definitely help in getting a good fit from this watch. The thickness on this one is only 8 millimeters. This watch doesn't have to be too thick anyway, because this one comes with a quartz movement, Casio's 5359 quartz movement to be precise. The finishing on this watch is really nice, especially when we talk about $125 to $150 range. I think Casio does really nice with most of their watches, and there's no exception with this one as well. It is done, the finishing on this stainless steel case is really nice. We start off with brushed along the top, so it is finely brushed, really nicely done. And then when we move to the side of the case, we are presented with a combination of polished and brushed finish. Starting off along the sides, you can see highly polished. Along the edges, again polished as well, and then finished off with really fine brush finish to this case. So no complaints about the finishing. I think finishing is really nice on this stainless steel case. And you can see that vertical brushed finish follows through to the dial as well. I really love this texture from Casio. Again, really nicely done. We have Edifice logo, Edifice Casio printed just underneath 12 o'clock. Then we've got Sapphire water resist 100 meter printed just above the 6 o'clock marker, and that's gold tone second hand matches up really nicely with Sapphire printed on the in the same color or similar color on this dial. So that gives away that this watch comes with a sapphire crystal. There is some anti-reflective coating, not a great deal. You can see a lot of reflection from certain angles, but you can still decipher the dial, and you can see what is going on with it on most occasions. Then we have the date complication at 3 o'clock. We have a pull and push crown, which is signed, by the way, as you can see. So to set the date or adjust the date or time is fairly straightforward on this watch. Pull the crown out, first click, that's where you'll be able to adjust the date by rotating the crown in an anti-clockwise position. Pull the crown out to its final position, and that's where you'll be able to adjust the time on this watch. Unfortunately, the seconds hand doesn't hit most of those markers. It does fall short on a lot of them, and I'm not sure if that is the case with my watch only, or that is a known issue with this Casio. The indices are applied really nicely again on this dial, so a nice job done by Casio and most of this dial and the case. We do have some lume on this watch. The indices have lume, and the minute and the hour hand does have lume as well. Let's just do a quick lume check just to let you know, the quality of the loom is not great. It is not the brightest of looms that I've come across. It is there. It doesn't stay on for too long. It does start to fade away fairly quickly. It is definitely stronger on the hands, as you can see when compared with the indices on this watch. Again, you can barely see what is you know, what's going on with this loom. It does start to fade away fairly quickly. I'll say, look, it is definitely good to have something than nothing, and that you know, proves right in this scenario here. Yeah, but that's the loom for you guys. Let me just turn the lights back on again, and we can carry on with the rest of our review. One thing I don't like about this watch is this bracelet. It does feel clumsy. It does make a lot of rattling noise, and it does feel inexpensive. I know that the watch is quite inexpensive, but again, don't like this bracelet. It does feel fairly cheap. But just to give you a close up on this one, so again, brushed finish on most of this bracelet. The links are not solid on this one. They're fairly slim as well, as you can see. Only 3 micro adjustments, but I think most people will still be able to find a good fit from this watch. It does taper down a fair bit though. Starts off at about 22.4 millimeters and finishes off at around 17.7 millimeters at its narrowest point here. So that's the bracelet for you. I don't have a lot to say about this bracelet. I'll highly recommend, if you get this watch, swap this out for something better. The clasp is stamped though, as you can see. It is a pressed clasp. I wasn't expecting more from Casio in this price range anyway. Let's have a closer look at the case back as well. So a solid case back on this one with a fair amount of information there. You can see edifice, Casio, 100 meters of water resistance. Then you can see 5359. That's the quartz movement in this watch. So that's the case back for you. Let me give you a wrist shot for this watch. I've got a 7-inch wrist. It's not sized at the moment, but here you go. You can see. I mean, this watch does look absolutely fantastic. It looks more expensive than what it is, and hands down, it is one of the, you know, one of the most compelling and beautiful watches that I've come across in this, especially in this price range. And when I said earlier that this is the true Casio, in my opinion, still this is the true Casio. It just captures that royal oak look really, really well. And yeah, apart from that bracelet and the second hand not hitting those markers, which I'm not too concerned about, to be honest with you. I think the bracelet is the biggest niggle with this watch. Apart from that, it's an astonishing watch. It just looks great. It's inexpensive, coming from a known watchmaker, and you got sapphire crystal. You have quartz movement, which will be reliable, and you will only need to change the battery every 2 or 3 years or so. The finishing on the watch is really, really nice. The finishing on the on this dial is really, really nice. I know the loom is not of a great quality, but I'm not too concerned about that either. This watch doesn't have to have a great loom, in my opinion, but yeah, a great looking thing. Only the bracelet, I think, mainly lets it down, from my opinion. But guys, this is the this is the watch for you guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in my next video shortly. Until then, stay safe and look after one another.